About time. Get into some Master Division. What are we in lower bracket quarterfinals as we are into playoffs. We are well underway. I'm down to top 6. We'll be down to top 4 by tomorrow. So we're going to get one of your quarterfinal matches on here tonight. We're getting that other lower bracket quarterfinal on tomorrow. So we were fortunate enough to get them staggered out. One of the matches got rescheduled. So these two teams played each other very recently. So we do have some recent coverage of the head-to-head here between these two squads. So a little bit of info to go on here. Midori with a very strong finish. Let's take a look at our bracket here before we get going. That is Twitter. That is not at all the bracket. Your standings after 2 rounds of play. You're gonna have Midori taking on Young and Beautiful here tonight, and you got Boob Trip taking on Emote down mid tomorrow. Fighting it out. See who ends with our top 4. Zocorp, Elements of Harmony in your upper bracket finals. We will have that match on Wednesday. Determine who's gonna make it into the grand finals to play on Saturday. Let's zoom in a little bit on Midori versus Young and Beautiful. Midori coming in as your 2nd seed. Barely able to take that. It was actually the head-to-head against Yab that ended up being such a difference maker there in the standings. Otherwise, Young and Beautiful would have ended up in 2nd place. Now, Young and Beautiful do end up dropping another match. That was like the 2nd to last match. I believe at the time they were tied. Yes, that is Chopper. Absolutely. Yeah, that is TSM Chopper. The word on the campfire is Chopper is in more of a fill role here, like more of a sub. So Chopper is not in every single scrim. Has not been starting. It's been more of a, hey, I'm here if you need me. Hey, I'm happy to kind of fill in, but isn't like hard grinding competing like he was back in the TSM days. I mean, still is mean and can still take over a lobby. Don't get me wrong. It's just like there's not quite that synergy like we saw with TSM. I mean, every time we see Chopper play, he looks amazing. Like, it's an honor to get him on the stream. You know, it's one of those, like, damn, it's Chopper, right? Dude has been a legend of tier 2 for as long as I've been, for 6 years at least. Lijiang Tower here was a Yab map pick with Midori getting the first ban onto the Reaper. This may have actually changed for playoffs. I'm actually curious on that. I may ask them when we get in lobby. Do I think Ducks can avoid relegation matches this year? I mean, the Ducks seem to always magically kind of stay above water, right? Somehow they always stay afloat. Did Midori also get first pick? Is there some sort of higher seed thing going on here? Since Midori was 2nd seed, they got first map pick and first ban. This is the 2nd time today that we've had the person who chose the map not be on the right-hand side. That never happens, y'all. Whoever picks map always goes into red outlines, like consistently, like extremely consistently. Every once in a while, you might see a team like opt to defend on circuit. Even that's pretty rare. Yeah, I love both of these squads too. They do have 4 DPS on the roster. Both Azraf and Solsei are DPS players. I've heard Azraf is actually back. I think we saw Azraf play, now that I think about it, in last week's match. Bullskunk is a member of the Talent Council? Yes. Actually, I love that name for it, Maddie. That's too good. Oh, no. That is too good. How have I not thought of that? Let's get into this map. That's amazing. We're getting a... Oh, my goodness. We're getting a... Already, it's a bingo. I've also decided I'm just going to make that a command. But anyway. Oh, I should have told you. That's it. That's all the hints you're going to get. We get the Zarya Bastion out of Midori. Right out of the gate is... We didn't get a side swap. Sorry about that. Let me fix that for you real quick. All that... Yeah, the bans are correct. I just forgot to actually swap the teams. I knew that Midori was going into the red outlines, and I just failed to do it. That's why you got to do it in the moment, because otherwise I will forget. I also owe you a ban, as it was a ball ban in From Young and Beautiful. There we go. Okay. At least your info at the top of the screen should not be accurate. 2nd fight coming in. We do have Azraf and Solsei are your 2 of your 4 DPS players that are in the lobby here right now. Cave very low is playing. I mean, very far forward. All the bubbles were thrown on Cave. Still cannot keep the Bastion alive. So it will be a flip here. Young and Beautiful grab control of the objective. I know, Neves, I agree. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are, Kirkle. They are playing on Wednesday simultaneously, unfortunately. Yeah, expert playoffs are overlapping. No, this is actually a default match time. No, tomorrow night's match is the one that got rescheduled. But no, Nevis is correct. Nevis the expert playoffs will start on Wednesday. This match is at default time. It's the match tomorrow that was the reschedule match. The EDM, the EDM boot troop match. I was like, wait a minute, who's in the lower bracket? Oh yeah, it's boot troop. Like, my brain did not want to believe that it was boot troop in lower bracket. That was a great sound barrier. Holy sound barrier out of Neptune. Oh my goodness. Now we're going to get AST with the Annihilation. What a start. That beat was enormous. Neptune managed to fend off sound barrier, graph, and a pulse bomb, all with their own beat. I mean, that one rang loud, and it was right in the pocket. What a play there out of Neptune. AST able to complete the slingshot with that mean annihilation there at the end of the fight. But it was that sound barrier out of Neptune. That was one of the most high-value beats I've seen in a long time. So we're going to get a server room rotation here from Midori. Yeah, and we don't see, the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen with expert playoffs after Wednesday. The only thing that's been announced is they're playing Wednesday. So I assume they're playing Friday, too, which will also overlap with Master Division. Unfortunately, as far as broadcast is concerned, Azeroth gets a nice pick, some good headshots, and this is going to tie us up in percentage. But as far as stream is concerned, I'm going to have to focus on Master Division for the rest of the week, right? So I'm just going to, on stream, we're going to stay focused in on Master until Saturday, which will be our grand finals. After that, we will turn our attention to Expert Division for the rest of their playoffs. Seaboard with a slingshot continuing. Rush trying to counterpunch back onto this point. Hero's just going to melt through AST with that. Pulse will land on the cave. There was still 1 second left on the bubble. We're going to flip at 80%, and this is going to a final fight here for your opening round. Sound barrier's almost dead even. Big Eddie's Neptune's not close enough to devalue all three of these ultimates at the same time again. We'll see if the graph comes out quickly, that is. Yeah, Hero's not gonna waste time. We're gonna get this grab immediately, just throw it on to AST. You're gonna get the Nemesis out. Oh, but Azeroth somehow swings in, finds the Bastion with the focus of Midori all on the tank. Azeroth finds a very important first kill. Now, Hero does have plenty of damage to go around, trying to make up for it, but now the ultimates are coming online, and Young and Beautiful are going to move on to this objective. Sound barrier fades, Azeroth gets popped, a beautiful right click, and Hero daring anybody to come close. Midori close out this opening round, and what a banger of an opening round indeed. Big shot, Art. And you're being mean to Hero.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Both Azeroth and Cave going into the fray out here for Gardens. Hero's my hero, says Seaful. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Seaful is my Seaful. Annie and Solse find a couple of opening picks, delivering this first cap to Yab. Yep. Bad record. Swap out of Azra to a Symmetra. Maybe just to get back, I think I popped in that first fight, so wanted to get back, make sure they were here for a clean 5v5. Did you get a bit of a burst damage advantage to Cade? Especially in combined, if Hero's got those missiles to combo with it. One stick and then Hero flight with some missiles. That can spell disaster for any squishy. That's a teleport there from Azrath. Look, I think, catch a sleeping support in the back line, but Seaboard immediately sends a pack and container rush in. Neptune's going to layer in a sound barrier as well. Double support ult, throw it in. Azrath teleporting across the big gap. Cave ends up down at the end of this chaotic team fight. Young and Beautiful building percentage this whole time. Hero finding Azrath, I think, has turned this back into a 4v4. Oh, AST will fall. It looks like there might have been only 3 players remaining. Sound barrier now from Triplet. Try to hold on to this point. Okay, it's a dojo teleport. All right, we're kind of poised in here. Zach playing off the side entrance. Solse at the opposite bridge. Some Tracers both playing opposite sides of each other. Cade taking the sound barrier, just runs right past Solse. Thought was just gonna go try to hide inside the dojo with all the rest of the blue jerseys. Cade ends up finding Annie at some point. Does circle back all the way to the other side of this dojo to find that kill. Captain Fluffy, thank you for the follow. What is this tourney? This is FACEIT League. So this is one step below Overwatch Champion Series. In fact, this division feeds directly into OWCS. As I see Nevin saying, is AST a Rambo TP? No. Does really like the Ramatra, obviously, but does end up swapping to a Diva here with the Photon Barrier in from Azra to try to take this point. Salsa has already found a kill on a Triplet, but with Seaborn's Kitsu in, Midori having able to equalize. It looked like they were controlling a lot of the map there with that Kitsune rush. Well positioned there out of Seaborn. Now Cave has been able to build up their ultimate with the help of that rush. Oh, it doesn't quite land. And with the counterpunch, the late Kitsu being the higher value, his percentage continues to build here for Young and Beautiful. The Neptune with the beat in the back pocket, drops it beautifully around the corner to hit all 5. Solse on the bridge, doesn't quite land the pulse. Midori still backpedaling. They've lost their tank, 90% and counting on the board for Young and Beautiful. Couple good shots from Came. You've got AST sweating below that armor line. Now Triplet's gonna make you sweat more. Layers in the sound barrier, cranking up the music. Zach finds Azra from Midori. You're gonna take a player advantage. Couple of ultimates now coming online. The Kitsu gonna be the one tossed in. Zach goes all the way in the back line, trying to predict. Gets the predict down with the pulls. Finds Neptune. And that just might be a map-winning play there out of Zach. Midori take control, 90%. Is there enough for a clean fight here at the end? Considering there's a sim, we just might get one. Okay, opens up with the bolo shot. I think he was trying to hit it early. The boom! Triplet gets the boom! Finds 2 out of the teleporter. Midori take the map. Please tell me that's play. No, it's Azra from the cast that's gonna get play. Why'd you tell the Nevis to go to bed? That's too funny. That would be a coach and a player from your EMEA FACEIT scene here. The coach telling the player to go to bed. I don't know why it just struck me as funny. All right, Midori have the 1-0. Remember, I mean, this is a lower bracket match. There's no more safety net here, y'all. Then Cade ended up being a big difference maker in that one. You know, we saw Azur try to go toe-to-toe with the Freya initially, ends up swapping to the Symmetra, changing focus. And where I felt like Midori was really trying to put all their focus on the attack in the opening map on Control Center. And, you know, we saw Azur kind of swinging more and aiming for the backline, aiming for Cade in particular more. I felt like that swapped a little bit once we went over to Gardens. And especially once the Symmetra swap came through. And it is going to be Young and Beautiful go on the attack, which, I mean, just reaffirms my belief that Midori got our first map pick as well as our first map ban. Let's see, it was Oasis the first map, Runa Sapi for the second. We did not see Suravasa at all in the previous meeting between these two. And one of the few maps that actually was available for both regular season and playoffs, right? Soulstate and Azur getting picked a lot. Yeah, they were definitely, that felt like the focus in the second map in particular. Hero and Cabe. Very, very similar damage. I mean, only 80 damage separating the two. I mean, they are on top of the lobby. Let's go check out those bans. What were those bans? Oh, well, I guess it's going to be easy to determine who banned what. As we get yet another Reaper ban, and we are getting a side swap, so I don't have to change the Reaper ban. The Reaper ban doesn't move. The teams move. The Wrecking Ball ban turns into a Zarya coming out from Midori. That's too funny. Nobody wants to play Reaper here. Nobody wants to play Reaper. I know my pigeons are here somewhere in this map. They got moved, but I've seen them on main broadcast. I know the OWCS observers have found the pigeons. I have yet to find the pigeons, and I am a little mad. All right, let's get into Suravasa. Oh, shoot, I didn't change the map number. I'm sorry. You saw nothing. Winton. Winton. Yeah, I love playing Winton. I love playing Winton. I mean, I have not just white boy mechanics on primals. I have like ghostly primals. My primals are so white they haunt houses, but I love playing the hero. I mean, that is how pale my primals are. I mean, the palest of primals. But it is, damn it, do I have a good time. And I've got the London Spitfire Flying Aces Winston in the first time around, the original championship skin, before they re-released it. We do have a far play. Sorry. I'll stop being distracted. Y'all are just taunting all of my neurodivergence. Whoa, that is a free early flip out of the Roadhog laden Midori here. All right, ASC had gotten demac'd in our distraction. So that's what, it wasn't a free flip. It was earned. It was earned. You got a demec onto the tank. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Soulstate is gonna get killed by a sim turret. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. Zach is entrenched deep in enemy territory here. Hero looks just fearlessly standing out in the middle of the street looking for a hook. Finally kind of ducks into some cover, backs away. Azur punishes a bit of this aggressive positioning. And we get some high ground picked up from Yap. The hook is going to yank AST down, but the peel is there. Hero starting to take some pressure. Has a little bit of heals there from Triplet. The Triplet also under their own fair pressure from the Pharah. Let's cut back into Hero hitting his hook with the Kitsune rush to back him up. There is also a Torb in play that I haven't even gotten to talk about yet. We'll touch on that later. Flip here from Young and Beautiful. Azra. OC kind of getting a little devalued by that hook. First not to ban Reaper on King's Road needs to be fine. No, no, bans are actually not swapped. Bans are not swapped because we know Midori banned Reaper in the first map. That we have confirmed. Alright, Solsei gonna wait out this photon barrier over time and play her from Midori. Solsei up into the back looking for Triplet. Triplet's gonna drop all the way off the point. Meanwhile, AST gets forced off the objective. So Midori winning out the fight on both fronts. They'll grab the first point here on Suravasa. Where are we headed? Gardens? Certainly looks like it. Ah! Over here. Keep it on Hero. Hero kind of in the enemy hallway here. Graveyard says, I got a break in the emergency bag. Love to see it. Hey, I mean, I think, honestly, you've had the meanest Weeyong we've seen in Master Division so far in these playoffs. No lie, no glaze. Kitsune out for both of our squads. Hero gets melted just immediately. Where's that teleporter go? Oh, no! It's not enough to escape the barrage. I was like, are they gonna get out of there? Nope. They did not escape Solsei's wrath in time. Never mind your teleporter. Rumor has it Hero's hook accuracy is 67%. Can't confirm. But y'all are too smart for that, I'm sorry. Can't confirm. Hook lands. Astra's gonna pop in the overclock. See if they can send Hero packing. It is enough to protect the AST. AST gets topped up. But we get the triplet ultimate thrown in on the Cave. Cave goes running in towards Neptune. Great Suzu out of Adiyun. Keeps it protected through the tidal blast. And they're able to turn around, respawn. Neptune returns fire. Blast in onto AST on the front line. Where's my Diva Pop? There's my Diva Pop. Solsei goes down, but so does Hero. Favorable trade here for Young and Beautiful. Oh, but they start losing reinforcements there. Beautiful one clip. Will be the cap on this fight here from Midori. Yeah, Midori banned Reaper map 1. I mean, you can do that in OWCS too. Like, you can... a ban can get repeated as long as it's the other team banning it. The same team can't repeat a ban. Oh, what a hook! Caught AST trying to get up and out, but they have the self-destruct and the Kitsu to cover the reback. That is a heavy investment just to get AST back into this mech, but it had to be done. 99% of the board for Midori. AST delivers a beautiful pick on to Zach, making good on the faith of their team and the heavy investment, though they do end up out of mech, courtesy of Hero and that scrap gun. Oh, and getting stalled out here. Oh, no, that is just going to be a 2-0.
Next, Flashpoint Palace.
Midori were kind of deciding how they wanted to handle the end of that fight. How much do they want to stagger the baby diva? And they actually get the palace spawn as well.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
So market swap here from AST. What do we got? We're looking at OC and Pulse Bomb. We're going against just Triplet's Tidal Blast. That's the OC from the hike around. The hook, I mean, combined with the damage from everybody from Midori. Oh, and another mean hook from Hero. Oh, man, this is just 3 in a row. The masterclass on fishing here from Hero. 3 big hooks in a row. 3 for 3 so far at Palace. There we go. 4 for 4. Give me the Suzu to get them out of dodge. Teleporter up to the high ground. Oh, I love that. 5 for 5 on Palace. Oh, and the whole hog trying to push AST away. Beat in from Neptune. And he's trying to work up so they can get towards their own ultimate. Triplet's going to throw in their Tidal Blast. Protects Hero. Keep them alive towards the end of that fight. They sacrifice their own life to try to keep the tank standing. Not sure it's going to be enough. It feels like Hero's getting overwhelmed. Midori running out of resources. Most notably their health bars. Young and Beautiful will flip the Palace point here. Give themselves an opportunity in Suravasa. Man, do they need to be perfect from here? Their rotation round towards Main Street. Teleport up top, photon barrier, Kitsu thrown over the objective. Hero's gonna drop down, immediately catches Azarov once again. I'm guessing that was a 6 for 6. We're just gonna call that 6 for 6. Oh, it's 6 for 7. Hero is 6 for 7 for hooks on Palace. A Midori can't lose now. I say that cage fight, pulse bomb into the mix. You're gonna find a kill out of Zac with that combo. Hero gets mowed down, and Young and Beautiful will hang on here in Suravasa. They will get the flip. It's 64%. They say the magic number is 65%, genuinely, on to get your spawns in and to get back in for a fight. So I think Midori got one more shot at this thing. Now, they don't really have any ultimates to work with. I say they. I've heard that from, like, coaches. Dancing around the Palace. The fountain, excuse me. There it is. Hero's poised, staging, gets the hook. You're going to force the sound barrier out with that hook. Hero eats a lot of damage and will not be able to stave it off with their ultimate. So a desperate situation now as a 5v3 for Young and Beautiful will get them a point on the board. Neptune is a northern waterbender. Neptune has gone over to Lucio. Neptune is now a DJ. Who's got that swamp style? Death is an illusion, and so are pants.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
I love that guy so much. Oh, can I be him when I grow up? Hero 6 for 7 at hooks just for the rest of the map. That's just the way it's gonna be. I actually landed that one, but the overrun does break it. I'm also surprised we don't see Midori try to invest. Don't need to! Hero just walks up and yanks Aniyun into the map. Right into the sidelines of the entirety of Midori. I was sitting there thinking, like, why didn't Seaborn invest the ultimate just right then and there as soon as you saw AST running out? And it's like, Hero just runs up and grabs one with the big hook. %, counting here on Ruins. You have a cage fight overclock combo. It's me a mean one. Zac gets popped. Teleport rotation, not an option, but your biggest protection against this combo. And they're not even going to need it. The Suzu will get Cabe off the ground, but there's no way you're escaping the clutches of Gunny and Cha-Cha at that kind of range. You're looking beautiful. We'll grab control, and once again, in the twilight hour, build some percentage here on Ruins. I say 70%. It's a cleaner number. Okay, teleport right side. Big rotation. This is all the way back to kind of flipping the map here. They're approaching from what is Young and Beautiful spawn side. Still got that mean combo available. We're going to pop it. Cage fight, overclock into the mix. You're playing around a photon barrier. You're going to dance back and forth. One shot lands, but triplet answers back threefold. Oh, it doesn't have the tri-shot perk. That would have been... Anyway. Rejuvenating wave will just be the exclamation point of this team fight. And Midori will end this one here and now. They take the win on Suravasa. Move up to match point.
Play of the game.
Team, I made cookies? You made cookies? Let's go, Kirikul. Aw. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Amazing. Brown butter matcha. Ooh. I can't say I've ever had brown butter matcha cookies. Sounds delicious. We're going to New Queen Street. What are we banning out? We're going to ban out Reaper again? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We can't ban out Reaper anymore. AST playing... Okay, well, we're going to ban out a Wuyong. Interesting. Keep Aniyun in the carry. You can keep, keep Neptune and the Lucio. All right, let's go look at some stats there for map 2. What stands out? But it looks pretty darn even. I mean, considering that it felt like Midori were in control a lot of the time. I mean, look at the team fight wins are extremely close. You're looking at only three more deaths total from Midori, actually. As far as team deaths down the board. You're looking at what? 18 and 14, 22, 32. So, and that was 3. So it was 29 deaths for Yab, 32 deaths for Midori there in map 2. And Midori comes out with that 3-1. And it felt like Yab were kind of fighting from behind, didn't it? Like, as far as just in the thick of it, in the moment, and especially with the percentages and for point control and that kind of thing. It felt like Yab was always kind of the ones fighting from the back foot, always trying to play from behind. When it came to actual stats, I mean, Yab ended up with, fewer deaths. And, almost dead even, it looks like, in team fight wins between the two squads. I don't know, when's the last time you all saw New Queen Street? Let's get into map 3. I owe you a ban. Ooh, it was a Sojourn ban from Midori. Okay, so Azra pulls out the Reaper, as for the first time today, we have Reaper unbanned and available to play. ASA eats just an enormous amount of damage early. Azra is going to fall. And you can see how quickly Midori were able to put pressure down and just kept putting that accelerator pedal all the way to the ground. Speeding around this corner to the top of the staircase. Already have won this fight, are looking for staggers. We're only 45 seconds in. Got 2 free breadsticks? Let's go. Exquisite breadsticks, no less. Nutella on an apple? I mean, peanut butter on a Granny Smith is one of my favorite snacks. One of my absolute favorite snacks. Whoa, look at this ult charge here from Idiot. We're at 90%. Young and Beautiful are kind of playing from the back foot once again. I feel like that's just becoming a recurring theme here. The ultimate from Cave will not land, but you do get the Suzu out from Aniun. They are going to try to leverage that quick ult build on the Kitsu. As the rush is used. 2 back-to-back headshots. Beautifully plays there from Aniun. That's the kind of thing that'll swing some momentum. Let's go, Yab. Yep, Yab, you're in control. Skin tip, I was feeling gluttonous. I can't believe they banned the Canadian on the Canadian map. I know, right? Let's hear everyone's standard McDonald's order. I legitimately had eaten a McChicken the night before when I saw that puppy post. I know everybody loved it because the McChicken, the player, actually was like, "Hey!" And it was like there was this little tiny little like golden retriever puppy. You know, it was one of those like name this puppy after what you last ate, and that little tiny puppy would have been the perfect McChicken. I'm just saying. Anyway, all right. I do like me a spicy McChicken. Aniun is about to lap Seaboard. Aniun is almost up to yet another. I mean, was halfway towards another Kitsune rush. But we are looking at an enormous amount of ultimate. Triplet's going to throw down a sound barrier and try to protect against the AST grab. I have no idea where that grab went, just for the record. I heard it. I know it came out. No clue where it went. Same order since you were 8. Sometimes you get it right on the first try. That is a brilliant response. I love that so much. Hero has their own grab ready to go. Pulls in, but Bubble's ready. Hero at 100 charge. Midori with control of the bot and a 10-meter lead they're precariously holding on to. Is there time for a recontest? Oh, we're not going to go for it. Yeah, we're just going to go let Midori have the checkpoint. Oh, the bounder. Oh my god. I'm dead. Oh no. I'm more dead than Azrif in this Graviton. Actually, Azrif gets away. What a Kitsune there from Aniun. Jeez. Oh, burgers. Oh, it's coming up all burgers for yeah, there's some burgers from Midori. I don't know. I don't know if burgers is a good thing anymore. Right? You know, I see like, oh, burgers. I'm like, but I love burgers. I feel like that's a good thing. Y'all really want that 1 pound of meat? Oh my god. Yo! Yo! Oh my goodness. Wait, what Perkins is? We're not using jump ups? We're not using jump ups, especially on this map. I love jump ups on this map. Are you kidding me? I'm mad. Why wouldn't you want to be a bouncy Zarya? AST 9 into a grab. Midori does still have that precious tiny lead, that precious 11-meter lead. Ooh, Triplet working through Mega Room. Just taking this control, instead of just being control of this lane. Azrif is not going to push in. See if they can grab this. Here comes the bull shot from Cave, trying to deny it. Azrif kills Zac through that, survives. It was a beautiful Suzu from Aniun in that endeavor. And you also got Seaborn's second Kitsu out in that fight. Second or third? I think second. Oh, the grab I didn't see got Hero and another. Nice, nice. Okay. Both Zaryas are hopping their way back up to the bot. We did get the checkpoint picked up here from Young and Beautiful. There's still like couple of meters down in as far as the lead is concerned. Bubble onto Solsei, running into the back line, not find what they wanted. Kept the pulse in the pocket. They're gonna go ahead and throw it onto Hero. Beautiful stick. Good count there out of AST, calling out the bubbles. You know that was absolutely calculated from Young and Beautiful, and well played, well coordinated. Zach delivers a stick onto Azareth. You got AST very low. It was a nice little volley of headshots there. Three ultimates from Midori. You're gonna have 2 available. All right, Deadeye to create some space here from Azareth. Sound barrier does land. Not in time. Not in time to save Azareth in that graviton. Throw it on top of the bus. Zach is able to follow up with another kill. Triplet gets 2 in that fight as well. Had the sound barrier in a match to make sure Midori could stay on top. Now they can start marching back into Yab's territory again. Young and Beautiful did manage to pick up the lead through that. Continue thrown in as we saw Solsei pushing. He tried to put pressure in on Hero. Hero just runs at AST. Just WM1 right at the Czar. This has been the lead picked up from Midori on the back of that Kitsune. Anyu, now where I was talking about how Anyu built up some wicked fast kits at the start of this map. It's still just a couple percentage behind here to try to match. Now we'll go ahead and throw it out. See if we can get AST to find some revenge against Hero. Perhaps build up towards their grab. I always got the meat sweats. Aw. Grab finds too. Suzu used, pulse layered in afterwards. Love the patience out of Solsei on that one. That should be enough to win him the fight here. Although, I mean, Cave's still pressured. Solsei dashes in and is forced to recall. You gotta respect those take aim bulbs. Cave will just put you back into a respawn timer real quick. $35 seconds to go. Hero, 91% to a grab. Good. Cave, oh, Cave with a beautiful shot. Position of that, yeah, Cave, I mean, just swings, finds Azure with the take aim, and that's just that lethality from the Freya that I was talking about. Hero's now built up towards the Graviton Surge, and they are precious meters separating Midori from a 3-0 win here in the lower bracket corners. Gab sees it on the line, back literally up against the wall. Deadeye able to create some space. We're gonna hit OT. Midori are playing patient here in the approach to this final fight. Looking to build up towards triplets. Grab, no doubt. We've seen him beat, but the grab in, the pole spawn will take AST out of the map. As if to hold on for a moment, but now here comes the surge out of Midori. As they look to end Young and Beautiful season. They will do just that. Claiming the 3-0 here today, they move on to your lower bracket semifinals. Oh! Yeah, that was a huge sound barrier from Triplet. Huge play. Let's get that third point on the board. Midori with a huge 3-0 here tonight. Big congrats. I'll move on. Move on in the top 4. Okay, with fewest deaths there in map 3. Yeah, Zach with a 4. There with most A-limbs. Comes out 21 and 4. Cabe with that 10k damage. Cabe in that Freya, I mean, was just putting out just such an enormous amount of damage. Unreal. I am Thanos. Let's go, Cabe. Hey, you know what? You had a hell of a map. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. And was consistent with that all series long. In fact, extraordinarily consistent. It's like unbelievably consistent. Within 1,000 damage for all 3 maps. You and Hero both. People talk, but majority are here, says Chrissy. I agree. I think we're going to have to give Cabe player of the match for that consistency. And really, it was the difference here. Like, when I'm thinking about the tilting of the real tilting of the balance here of this series, I'm thinking of Suravasa, and as they're trying to match the Freya initially, and then having to go into the Symmetra. Just left Cabe just kind of take over. So I think, you know, Cabe having a massive impact here. I mean, Triplet had some enormous sound barriers. But I think Cabe's going to be your player of the match here tonight.